Hey everyone, Nick Denny here, and I wanted to talk about some nerd theory stuff and then tell you guys how to win with Canyon on glitters. So, if you play Beyond All Reason to any extent, you've probably played on this map at least a couple times, and just so everyone watching this video is up to speed, so anyone newer could follow, this position here is called Canyon, self-explanatory because you're playing in the canyon, trying to hold here, and you're playing against Anti-Canyon, which is also trying to play here. This goes for both sides. This would be Canyon. Well, trying to play here, and this would be Anti-Canyon trying to play here. What I'm going to talk about works for both sides of the map, so it doesn't really matter. So, if you play this game to any amount, you're going to know that Canyon is one of the most hated positions to play. It's usually the last picked, and usually if you're the lower OS on the team, you're getting shoved into Canyon. Let's talk about why. And a lot of people find Canyon really hard to play, and I want to talk about the theory why, because I think understanding, despite it not being as fun as watching the games I'm going to show you, is really important to understand what our goals are and what we're trying to achieve. So again, to catch everyone up to speed, if you're anti-Canyon, which is, usually you have the top OS playing, such as in this game, you're usually controlling all these metal extractors. I did the math before you ahead of time, and these add up to 24.8 metal per second. And then if you're Canyon, you're getting all of these plus the geo. So with the geo, without the geo, you're getting 15.8. With the geo, you're getting 19.8 metal per second, assuming you're converting all the metal. So if we take the best case scenario, 19.8, and compare that to 24.8, Anti-Canyon every second is gaining 25% more metal. That's a 25. Which sucks, because not considering build order, not considering energy, conversion, anything like that, every second the game goes on, our opponent is getting 25% more metal to spend on economy, to spend on units, to press an advantage against us. And a large contributor to that is this 3.2 metal extractor right here. The game theory you'll see, especially at mid to low level, is that Canyon is trying to hold roughly right here, and Anti-Canyon is also trying to hold right here until they scale up and eventually just blast through. And a lot of Canyon meta is really, you try to not die faster than theirs. You're trying to survive longer than their Canyon because our Anti-Canyon is also going to try the same plan of pushing through. I want to propose a more aggressive, fun strategy to play than how slowly can I die. As we talked about, 25% advantage if Anti-Canyon gets all their metal extractors. If we deny this 3.2, they go down from 24.8 to math is really hard, 21.6. So if we just deny this, no one has this metal extractor, we go from a 25% disadvantage down to 9%. I don't know about you, but if I'm choosing between the lesser of two evils, 9% is a way smaller disadvantage than 25% to play at, and a lot more realistic to be even. If we flip this and we actually control this metal extractor by holding down this area, set up some defenses here, whatever, and whatnot, then we actually go to, again, 21.6 for them and 23 for us. So we are actually playing at a positive advantage. So the proposed strategy I am producing is, rather than trying to, hold this line and just hope and pray, holding this concave until we eventually get pushed in because we have less units, less tech, they're going to get tech 2 faster, all these things, is early, because these advantages of 25%, it doesn't matter right now. Right now we have the same metal income, right? It only matters when they control all this area. So rather than sitting and waiting to die, is being aggressive early, because the faster we are able to be aggressive and the faster we're able to deny this and or control this, we are going to be able to either mitigate our disadvantage or push our advantage further. So this game, it's going to show really good teamwork here by myself. And in game 2, we'll cover the build order. But here I'm playing with Snow Critter. I'm not playing with him, but he's on my team behind me. And we talked a bit about, if we scroll earlier in the conversation, I said whoever is here, I'm going very aggressive. So the first thing you're going to want to do is tell your teammate you're going aggressive, tell them your plan. Because most people in Canyon aren't aggressive. I like to play with bots, so both games I'll be representing Cortex bots, but this general guideline can be followed with, bots or vehicles, Armada or Cortex. So we're going to be speeding up the game and highlighting, again, we'll cover the build order in the next game. All right, we could talk about the build order now, because I do the same thing in both games. So essentially, we're going for the 3 metal extractors first, into 2 solars, and then some more energy. I decided this game to go for a solar, and 3 more energy, and then run our commander up to grab 1, 2, 3 metal extractors, and then place another bot lab here. From our lab, we're producing 2 grunts for security. I'm just going to go in my team's view. We're producing 2 grunts for security just to make sure no run-bys happen. Yeah, tell my teammate, please don't let me die through here. 2 constructors. One's going to cover this and this metal extractor, then boost this lab. And then the other one's going to build an E-store, some more energy, and then go build the Geo. And that's basically it. That's basically the whole build order. We're just going to fast forward here because, you know, this part's really slow. And 2 more Lazari. One's going to, you'll see he ate the lab. One's going to eat the lab. The other one's going to, you know, take the other rocks on the map wherever they are. There we go. So really simple. 2 grunts, 2 construction bots, 2 Lazari. So what I want to talk about here, we place our forward lab, and the constructor that we sent here and here is going to boost this lab. And from this lab, we're going to hit repeat on 1 constructor, 5 grunts, 1 grave robber, or Lazarus, depending on what you're playing. And the whole idea is we want to smash our opponents with grunt brute force. Reason, you know, technicalities, but grunts have, or correction, thugs have more HP than maces on the Armada side, and they get healed a bit faster because their build power cost is slightly lower. So all we are doing, again, we're building some eco behind this, but we are just massing units, massing grunts, I keep saying grunts, thugs, and Lazari to heal. And all we're trying to do is out micro our opponents. So here we see, we take a look at what he has, but he has a bunch of grunts, his commander, couple, you know, he already has a twin guard and a guard. So this is quite a bit defense, is pretty hard to crack. But we're going to try our best to do that because, again, he has this 3.2. Our whole goal is to get rid of this. So let's see how this plays out. You're going to notice what I'm doing here, and we could even watch my micro, is we are trying to reduce losses as much as possible. Our commander, you'll notice here, he is repeat healing this area. Our grave robbers are healing thugs as much as possible. Our opponent's doing a really good job of target firing our grave robbers down because he's 34 OS. He's good at the game. But we are trying to heal and reduce losses while doing any damage, whether it's killing aggravators, killing thugs, killing these towers. We'll see he's rezzing them. So, you know, this guy isn't new. He knows the strategy of trying to get rid of this 3.2. He knows how important it is. We are trying to do as much damage as we can, microing whatever we can. And whenever these troops get low, if possible, I'm not doing a great job here, we're trying to heal them, right? If we're being targeted fire by, you know, turrets, we're healing, and we're trying to do as much damage as possible. So we're just going to speed this up to 2x because we don't have to watch me micro. You know, I'm making some small mistakes. I am only human. But again, the idea, I had a buddy ask us, why are we building constructors? It's so as we get more and more energy production and whatnot, we could keep producing these units faster with more and more constructors. Eventually, you're obviously going to slap down a construction turret, help out building your geo. But really, our focus is pumping as many thugs out as possible. I apologize for saying grunts. Every time I said that, I meant thugs, except for the first 2. I literally haven't built a single grunt since. So he's getting defensive. And here, I want to highlight some excellent team play. Snow Critter ended up winning his lane. And now we're pressuring from both sides, again, because we know how important this is. This guy has a lot of defenses. You know, he's even building an exploiter, which you don't see often enough, but this is genius. And we are just trying to crack him as much as possible. You're going to see me push in here. You know, he's low on units. He's being pulled to 2 sides. Yellow isn't doing a great job holding here. Pink isn't really helping out. And we end up getting the commander in just a little bit. Again, we're going to push. You know, if you can kill their commander, always do it because it's going to blow up all their stuff. I don't know what Red's doing. Obviously, my team is pushing through. Red might be distracted and whatnot. We target fire the commander. Commander goes down. And beautiful. And, you know, we have effectively, you know, terminated this 3.2. You're going to notice with my grave robbers, I'm going to start resurrecting all these thugs, pushing through, and we can fast forward here because, you know, red team's already given up. It's kind of cooked for them, and, you know, taking the 3.2 ourselves. And now just a pause here for a second, or slow down. Just taking this 3.2, I'm now making 24 metal a second, and he's making 17. So from this point on, I have more units because I've been healing them better. I got his commander, so I have a commander up. We're rezzing another commander. We're rezzing his commander, actually. We decided to not suck the metal. And you'll see I'm just a big problem here with all my thugs because I keep resurrecting them behind this. And again, I'm going crazy on the grave robbers. I've got like 6 here, 7 here. So just walking in. Again, nothing too crazy. 10 minutes in. Did not let him get those advantages in scale. And we're kind of just winning the game. So that's basically the strategy. Try and control the 3.2 max. Nothing crazy, but it's very effective. Let's jump into the second game where we're going to cover a less than ideal situation. Okay, this game started a little faster than I expected, but the build order, 3 metal extractors, 2 solars, bot lab, and we can just go on from here. So we're not going to watch from, we're going to watch from my view so we can't see what the opponent's doing, but we're not going to look from my view because I like to scroll out and I like to jump a lot and whatever. So I'm just going to talk about what I'm doing so you guys can kind of pick up on this build order, take it, modify it however you want. But this is what's been somewhat effective for me. Again, not 100% win rate. You know, I make mistakes and whatnot. From my bot lab, I'm producing, again, 2 grunts, 2 construction bots, 2 grave robbers. I'm building some energy. Again, just as much as I gauge I need. Usually like 4 or 5 windmills, doesn't really matter. I'm building a nettle because they have a notorious air player who likes to bomb a lot. Yeah, so 5 windmills. And then I like to send 1 grunt here to just hold this line. And then 1 grunt usually here to just, you know, watching for any leakages. And then with the commander afterwards, 1, 2, 3 bot lab. First construction bot is going to help boost a little bit. And then once I wake up and realize it probably needs to move, or as soon as this one comes out, it's going to take this max and this max right on cue. And then obviously when that bot lab is done up here, we are going to boost it with our construction bot to build faster. Reason we're building the bot lab up here is because this distance for thugs to walk is a lot faster than this distance. Again, trying to push a lead as soon as we produce a unit, we want it to be effective on the front line. 2 grave robbers. You'll notice the first one, when I wake up, is going to start sucking metal, and the second one is going to cannibalize its own lab. So effectively, the metal, the 470 metal in this lab is just going to be transferred up here. Yes, we do lose the 1000 energy, but it is what it is. First construction bot we talked about. Second one is going to always build this energy storage. Super important so you don't stall, especially when you're building your geothermal. You'll catch any overflow from your team, and you'll see we're overproducing right now, so it's just helpful for that. And I like to go 1 more solar collector, a couple more windmills. Again, just balancing wind energy and solar, just so if wind, you know, goes down to 1 or 0, we're not completely screwed. And geothermal obviously will help pump up our energy afterwards. So again, I like to communicate a lot with my teams. If you've ever been on my team, you'll know that I like to talk a lot. I like to scroll out, see what's going on in the game, and kind of tell the team to help each other wherever applicable, because it is a team game. It's 8v8. You know, if they're struggling over here, there's only so much I could do. So from the bot lab, repeat 115, 115, 115 on repeat, basically until I have either secured this position and I'm happy with the amount of thugs I have, or until I lose, because, you know, we want to be aggressive early. We don't want to give them that lead. Some run by happened. Honestly, if a metal extractor goes down, I like to just send some grave robbers to resurrect, just because they are much faster with a speed of, what's their speed? 78 compared to a construction bot with a speed of 35. They're just faster to run back, resurrecting, and then come back. Some leakages I'm not noticing. Unfortunate, they're bleeding through here and here. It is what it is. And we'll see our opponent here has rocket bots. What you're going to notice is this game is not ideal. I've lost this max. I've lost this max. I just resurrected this one, but my metal is shot. I'm only making 13 right now because I'm losing all these metal extractors. I'm, you know, using my grave robbers to the best of my ability. I don't even think I've noticed I've lost this one yet. So the amount of thugs I have is not as many as I would like ideally. And you're also going to notice I don't play perfect. I'm doing my best to apply pressure because I know this is the goal, this 3.2. And I'm just not going to give up until I get there. I'm not going to sit back and just let him, you know, whittle me down with these rocket bots. I'm using my commander to heal whoever's low, trying to dodge the rockets whenever possible. We can honestly switch to my view at this point. You'll see, again, this does require micro. You will not be able to pull this off if you're not using your commander and grave robots to micro, but practice makes perfect. I do a little trick here with a... You'll see me do it in just a little bit. But you'll see, like, this isn't a flawless strategy, right? He's also producing a lot of units. He's got 9 rocket bots versus my 6 thugs. And I'm just trying to keep them alive, you know. I'm not playing perfect. I'm not moving them when I should. I'm walking my grave robbers rather than healing. My commander is just idle. Losing my grave robbers. Like, this is not great. But I'm not going to give up. This wall was honestly, I think, to just block shots. I'm just flustered. Like, I'm panicking here because I see he's got, you know, 4 guards up. He's got 11 rocket bots now. Some are going to die because he's not healing them as well. My commander's like a quarter HP. Like, things aren't looking good, but, you know, the plan is the same. I haven't taken this metal extractor back. Like, this is not a good game for me. You know, I'm just losing so much. I'm just not dodging these shots. You know, I'm barely holding on. Lost another thug. Like, I'm on 4 thugs, which is not ideal considering I'm producing... I would have produced at least 15 at a time, right? Grave Robber's trying to heal. Commander's not doing well. This thing is still here. I still haven't spotted it. I don't know if I see it. I don't even see it, so I don't even know it's there. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. But it's always fine to... You'll see I pumped out 3 Grave Robbers by just clicking Alt-click 3 Grave Robbers because I know I need them. These are more bread and butter than the thugs. If you have enough Grave Robbers in your commander, could keep basically anything alive. And you'll see from this point on, like, they're healing faster than the thugs are taking damage, which is great. Because at the very least, I'm not letting him just push in and kill me. I am doing my best to hold on with my units. They're healing each other. They should be healing the commander a bit. You know, not perfect play. I should be dodging these shots. I should be healing them. I'm only human. It is what it is. But what we're just gonna fast forward a bit because we don't have to keep talking about my micro mistakes. Whenever possible, heal, resurrect thugs. Again, you're just saving the metal rather than producing it again. And slowly but surely, I now have 14 thugs. And you're gonna notice, I just want to pause here for a second. Over time, I don't know what happened, but I eventually killed off all his rocket bots and maces that he had here. And he kind of got greedy. He stopped producing units as much. Look how many construction bots he produced. You can argue I did the same. But again, he's producing units here. So he has 8 maces and a centurion, which aren't in the fight. So he's got 1 centurion, maybe 2 maces. Commander, 4 guards versus I now have 14 thugs. 15th right here, 16th right here. These 2 are going to make it to this front line way faster than any of these units, right? So even though he's making more metal and spending more metal, I have more effective metal in this battle. In other words, like if I just select everything here, he has, we'll count all this. All of this, he has 3, we'll call it 4,000 metal up here. I've got 5.3 in the fight. So this is the idea behind the forward lab is he has more metal and units overall. You know, he's got whatever this is, 5.5k. I got 5.1, but mine's all firing right now. He's got a commander naked here. And, you know, if your opponent isn't moving their lab up like this purple guy did, you're going to see what happens. He's going to run his commander in some desperation attempt. It's going to die. I'm going to suck that metal. Now we're in the lead. Like, I've got a commander. He doesn't. So despite the really tough start, this strategy is also really good as a counterplay to greedier players trying to eco. Because I got all these thugs. I'm pushing up. Commander's going up. I'm safe from D-guns. So at this point, it's open season for me to push up. And you're going to see that now. I'm just going to turn off this view. Now you're going to see I'm one dude. I'm the dude with the least resources on this side of the map, you know, aside from this guy. And I've got 2 players on me now. I killed the commander. I've got purple with his tanks, which is ideal because this guy is now redirecting his units here, meaning in theory, my back canyon could start pushing up here more. These 2 guys should have more power than those 2. So trying to take control of this. We got the commander. We're drawing attention. So they know they need to hold this 3.2 max. But I got 1.8k metal right in my face. And sooner or later, I hope I suck it. Reclaim it, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to, you know, prioritize keeping my units alive. I know this isn't going anywhere. They can't degun this. They can't reclaim this because I have too many units here. So it's no rush on my side of things. But we're about to claim a lot of metal. And again, these grave robbers always healing. My commander always healing. We're going to try to push this lead. This game's very long, so we're not going to go through the whole thing, kind of just highlighting the early game. But, you know, I didn't, you know, you could say I didn't get the goal. This metal extractor still stands, but there's so many units here. This guy's still producing units nonstop, and we have 1.4k metal in tanks. And again, I'm healing my thugs. His units are dying. This metal pile for us is only getting bigger. And, you know, I'm weary to take over. I asked for some tanks for my teammate just because, you know, it is 2v1. He's sucking a little bit, but again, we're killing more and more here. Gonna kill these. Target this commander. It's gonna retreat. And again, I haven't gotten the opportunity to suck this metal yet. I've been trying to prioritize keeping my units alive. Honestly, yeah, I should be resurrecting here because this is all on my side. These are free thugs to bring back up. This pounder just went in to die. Not too sure why. These Wolverines are also going in a little too deep. But, you know, metal aside, like this is ours at this point, effectively. This commander cannot be here. He came over, but he can't be here too long. Ideally, this guy'd be applying more pressure, but he has some Wolverines here, so they're doing their thing. I'm sucking this metal, so I didn't opt to res. I opted to suck it all to produce more. And again, we finally got that 3.2. Goal number 1 achieved. You know, it took a little longer. It's 11 minutes, but we have an overwhelming force here still. 1k metal on the ground. We're sucking it all. We're killing these tanks. Ideally, my team could start pushing up because we got 2 players on us. We have this commander coming over. Like, it's kind of crazy what you could do from Canyon if you're aggressive because it threw him off, right? Like, the other side's doing more standard play. They're holding here. They've done the same thing of denying this 3.2, but they're not like... There's 2 players in this Canyon, and they're doing less than I'm essentially doing alone with a little bit of fire support from my teammate. Yes, I got some pounders and whatnot, but like overall, you know, ideally in perfect play, this guy's pushing up, applying pressure. This guy breaks through, and I'm breaking through on this side. And this team's just collapsing. It's just folding in from the outsides in. So I don't want to drag this out too much longer. Kill the other commander. And game kind of goes on standard. You know, we control this area. We suck it. We, you know, let's try and set up our defenses. But again, we got 3 players. We got blue, dark blue coming in from this side of the map, coming in to help. So we got 1, 2, 3 players trying to stop our plan here. If they weren't playing as well as a team, I would have probably already been holding this area. So again, I don't want to toot my own horn. I am getting support. I'm getting tanks from my teammates. I'm resurrecting stuff. But this strategy is very aggressive, but it's also really fun. Like, it is so satisfying to start in a disadvantageous position. And again, the same thing we talked about earlier. Just by controlling and taking away this 3.2, and we got some damage here and here and here, I'm making 35 metal a second. My opponent's making 29. So every second the game goes on, we are not only with a superior force with like 10 grave robbers here and a commander versus we killed 2, we're also making more metal. And especially if we get this, it's going to be a huge lead. So again, game's just going to play out. Not going to talk about too much more, but the idea of this game is to build a lead, to control territory. We get bombed even. Like, this is just tough. We got air on us. Effectively, you know, we got 1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4 color. 4 players who are trying to ruin our mood. Our eco gets bombed. Like, obviously, you know, the enemy team's going to fight back. They bombed me. They bombed this guy. We're still alive, though. He didn't get my geo, luckily. But we're going T2. We're doing what we can. But, again, as long as this is down, I'm happy. And I don't know if you guys would be interested. I'll play out the rest of the game. But something I really want to start doing on this channel, this is kind of a preamble at the end here. You guys can just watch the game from the top-down view, see what my team does. Again, we got, you know, propane tank doing some work up here. He's got persecutors, a lot of pork. Someone actually asked if I'm using widgets for res bots. I'm like, I just micro them. Again, this does take practice. This is not a click F forward and win the game. This is a, you have to micro, you have to kind of control your army effectively, but it's really rewarding when you do it properly. But something I want to do on this channel is start highlighting strategies, talking about, I play a lot of glitters. This map is my main map. I'm not a perfect player by any means. I'm not pro. I'm 28 OS, but I do play the game a lot. I love the game a lot. You know, I try and do some cheeky stuff, and this is not a strategy. I do want to give credit where credit's due. I did not come up with this strategy. I actually got crushed by this strategy by a player called Greedlord, and I was curious how he did it, and he did this exact same thing, like this lab up. Obviously, we're not producing thugs the whole game. Now we're on T2, building unit counters, whatever we need. But he did this strategy and I tried to go greedy and I got completely crushed. He had like 8 thugs versus my 4. I couldn't hold this. He took this, and just pushed up this side of the map, kind of like I did in the first game here, and won. So credit where credit's due. There are some very creative players in this community. I'm just taking the lessons I learned from losing to them and trying to put them into my playstyle. I really like this playstyle. I try to be an aggressive player. I'm either very eco-heavy, trying to go for T3, or I'm aggressive. Here, I'm just on T1, T2, scrappy, just trying to, do damage where I can, right? Enemy team's going to slowly fall apart. I got a couple more games of examples like this. I don't need to go into them. I think you guys get the idea. The build order, not too complicated. You're really just taking metal extractors and moving your lab up here. 1, 1, 5 on repeat till you either win or you die. And you do your best. But yeah. Game, this is a long game. It goes on for a little while longer, but I'll spoil it for you guys. We get T3 and we end up winning. We just kind of crush through. So I'll play it out for the fan. Nah, if you guys really want to see it, I'll let you guys find the game. You guys see the players in here. But thank you guys for watching. This is, again, I'm not the best at these YouTube videos or explaining strategy, but this is a strategy I played against. I got crushed by, and I hated playing Canyon until I learned this strategy. And now, if Canyon's open, I obviously prefer playing the other positions more. Having more resources is fun, but sometimes I like to just play a little scrappy micro battle and try to win it. So let me know if you guys try this strategy. Let me know if you have any other strategies you'd either like to tell people about or like me to try. I'm more than happy to do so. And if you see this video, check out my Twitch channel. I'm streaming bar a couple times a week these days, at least trying to. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.